Hey, what is up everyone? This is a different style video. If you remember way back, I did a video talking about why Flex Ninja's Omen plays actually work. They're highly aggressive and sometimes it feels like he's just playing against bad players, but that's not actually the truth. I think what happens is a lot of players watch these really aggressive plays from like players like Flex Ninja or Red or Ethos and they just think, well, they must be just shitting on randoms. But in reality, there's actually logic to why their plays work and why they do them actually. And these are things that you could replicate in your own gameplay. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be taking a look at a video from Red. He's actually a Radiant Yoru main and he's incredible at the game and he has incredible aim, but his plays are actually really intelligent too. A lot of people think that Yoru is just a trash character, but in reality, he's very strong if you know how to play him and what to exploit in your opponents to get your victory. So that's what we're going to look at today. If this is the kind of stuff that interests you, by the way, guys, be sure to drop a subscribe to the channel down below. We do a ton of stuff like this and yeah, let's get into it. So this first play that we're going to take a look at that is actually pretty hilarious is a tactic that you can use on Yoru in pretty much any of your matches that can catch people incredibly off guard. So it's utilizing his ultimate here. Notice how he gets his ultimate from this first kill, which is actually a heads up play. A lot of players maybe don't pick up when they get those things like that. He's going to use the ulti, he's going to cancel it immediately, and then he'll kill this guy right there. Now, seemingly when you watch something like this, you're thinking, well, he just activated the ultimate and then canceled it immediately. Like, that's so weird. Why did that work? Well, the reason that it worked is because he's abusing the downtime that players have when they use certain actions in this game. So that counts for reloads, that counts for utility, that counts for a lot of things in this game. Maybe if they're jumping down from an elevation, maybe if they're not even looking at you. I've definitely used Yoru ultimate just behind people and they just can't react in time, like if they have an operator or something. Notice how when he uses the ultimate, what's going to happen is she's going to go to reload. She shoots a shot right there, and she starts to reload right after he ulties. Now, this is just a gut call that must have been made by Red here from a lot of experience, but she goes for the reload immediately as he starts his ultimate, and because he cancels it so quickly, she's stuck in this reload animation, and she's going to start to change guns to try to react to this, and he's just able to pick up the kill right there because it cancels so quickly. A lot of people don't realize how quickly Yoru's ultimate cancels. So you can take advantage of that, and when people are in those sorts of downtimes, you can easily kill them. A big one I'll use this for is most of the controllers, as if like Brimstone's on his iPad, if Astra's in her smoke form, or if Omen's smoking as well, you can really utilize it there as well. Popping the ultimate again, notice there's that downtime again. She goes to defuse the bomb, and he's able to cancel it and pick up the kill right there. There it is again, and he does it, and you notice how he's calming it right there too. So he's thinking this process through. It's not like he's just canceling it randomly. He's waiting for a specific thing. So we can go back on that and listen to his comms right here. Knife out, please. She takes out her knife, and then he's able to capitalize on the kill right there. So I think that this is kind of a funny play that'll happen. So a lot of the times when you ulti as Yoru, players will just kind of let you run past them because obviously you're invulnerable. You can't shoot them. Just not expecting you to cancel it, and you can take advantage of that. And Red will actually do that here a lot of the times. Notice he runs straight past the Sova as his team is pushing him. And when this happens, the Sova goes to peek main because he's getting pushed by a lot of players right now. It's probably not the smartest move by Sova, but he's able to cancel it. And now because the Sova is being pressured by 2 targets, even if the Sova does manage to turn and kill Red, he's still going to die to his team who's coming in behind. And this is actually how you entry on Yoru. This is textbook. A lot of people think that Yoru's ultimate isn't that good. Yoru's ultimate is awesome. It's like a Phoenix ultimate that's not going to get you killed most of the time because you can ult to a good position where you can get a crossfire and then you can kill the enemy player. As Phoenix ulti, sometimes you can just get dinked right away and it doesn't actually do anything. But with Yoru's ultimate, you will always get info out of it. So originally when I watched this play, actually, I wasn't like too incredibly impressed by it. It's a good Yoru play, don't get me wrong. But I thought that it was like, okay, well, whatever. But actually thinking about it a little bit more, I actually really like this play. So you'll see what he does. He's going to throw out these footsteps right away and go for the plant. This is kind of to make her think like maybe he's not planning. Maybe he's going for the teleporter or something like that. Maybe he just tapped the bomb and then ran away. But it's not that. It's the second footsteps right here that I actually really like because he's going to throw these out. And at the same opportunity here, he's going to move out towards long. And the reason for this is these fake footsteps are going to cross into halls right here. So these are going to get spotted and she's going to know it's a fake. But before they get spotted, she's going to hear these footsteps and she's looking towards back sight. So now she sees the footsteps, but she still assumes Yoru's on site right now because that's where the footsteps came from. During this time, he's able to cross towards long, and now she still thinks that he's probably sight, and that he didn't cross. If he doesn't do these footsteps, Raze is immediately looking towards where the bomb was planted, and he's actually not able to cross because of that. He's sitting on 40 HP, and you notice how it takes a couple bullets to kill the Raze right there. He could easily lose a straight-up gunfight, and that's why he needs a little bit of deception in there. So I think that's really cool. It's not necessarily that she thought that he went into halls because of the footsteps, because she could clearly see those footsteps run into halls. She knew it was a fake, but she doesn't realize that he's off site because of the footsteps, and I think that's really cool.
Ready? Flashing high.
Let's go. Reyna hit 60 outside garage.
Okay.
Nice.
So this was actually more calculated than it looks right here too. He doesn't think that anyone made it back sight based off of some information that he had within the round. So that makes this TP just infinitely safer. If you know nobody's in a location, you can easily TP to it and get an advantage. And that's what Yoru TP is meant for. It's meant to get you that crossfire that you can't really get with other characters in the game. So notice how he's going to use this TP onto back sight. It's going to be around platform right here after throwing the flash. And he's able to pick off the Jet, who just wasn't expecting the flash in the first place. And then the Omen has to dip back towards cover right there on sight. So even though he hits himself with a partial flash, he ended up hitting the Reyna with a full flash right there. And then the Omen is stuck here on sight as well. That was actually a really good play by him. Oh!
I win these.
Oh no. Oh no. Frenzy diff. Oh god. Oh god. So the frenzy can be so freaking accurate sometimes, and then it can be so not accurate at other times, man. Like when you need it to come through, it just won't sometimes. Oh, I've definitely had that on the last kill right there too, but his teammate did end up coming through for the trade right there, so that was awesome. But I love this play right here though with the footsteps though, throwing out the footsteps to make them think that maybe they rotated it out. I think the funny thing here is too, like the subtlety and stuff like this. It's pistol round right now. They're not saving their pistols, right? That's not happening. But when people hear things like this, sometimes they don't even think. And that's when they start pushing into A main. They're going to occupy the territory around the bomb. Maybe they think that they're coming to flank or something like that. And then after that, they're going to hit them with the double peek, assuming that maybe they pushed up, attempting to grab too much territory. And even the subtle things. This is why he's such a high-ranked player, by the way, too. He plays with his team right now. The comms telling his teammate to swing with him. He didn't just full swing without his teammate there. He's making these aggressive plays, but he's playing intelligently as well. I think that's another big thing. And then that's just an aim thing right there, just being able to out-aim anybody. But
I win these.
that repeak there from the Phoenix was absolutely crazy. I cannot believe that he actually went for that. But this is just a standard Yoru play, throwing out the TP and then the flash. Everybody's seen this combo. But the reason it works is because after the Phoenix hears the TP, he's going to look at it, right? That's generally how it's going to go. He's going to turn around and look at the TP or look at main. And that's where the flash is going to come from. So the flash ends up hitting him. And then he hits the TP. He has the timing down so much that he's played so much Yoru. He hits the TP at the same time that the flash pops. So that it's not even going to blind him. That's just well played. Unfortunate that he missed a couple shots. But I would blame the gun as well there. So this is similarly to when we talked about the ultimate, how you abuse people's timings. That's the same thing that's going to happen here. And notice the Raze ulti comes in onto sight, and he's able to TP behind her. And unfortunately, he doesn't even get the kill, but he definitely would have if the Killjoy didn't get the kill right there. So I love that. And not only that, but look at his positioning now. He's in the perfect position to capitalize on the Jet, who doesn't even realize that he's back sight, because that's where her Raze just was. The Raze was just back sight, so it's weird that the Yoru is here now. It feels like these are things that are obvious, like, oh, well, we just heard Yoru TP back sight, so Yoru is back sight. But those little bits of information that conflict with each other oftentimes will make difficulties within the round. The fact that her Raze was just back sight, but now there's an enemy player back sight randomly, it's really, it can mess with the player's head. Okay. Oh, and then he TP's out. He has the TP set up on C. Was that just a fancy transition, or was that like a real thing that he did? Oh, it's like a real thing. Okay. I love doing this on Eco, where you can kind of greed for the gun and then just disappear from all danger. That's so cool. Uses the pop flash out of the smoke. That's classic. Okay. Notice his patience here too. I love that. Sometimes when players do stuff like this, they'll get overexcited and they'll try to rush to stop the plant. But notice how Red just holds this angle. He's just holding it down. Maybe somebody peeks me long. Maybe somebody peeks me close. But either way, I'm going to wait for my team and then we're going to retake together. He's just going to hold that territory. I think that's the smart play. This one's a pretty standard TP, but I also just wanted to point out a little bit of a subtlety in it. So he sees the Sova peek over here on back sight, notice? And it seems like the Sova is going back towards the back of sight, actually. And he hits the TP at the same time it's crossing towards the inside of the tube. This way, if a player is playing back sight and the flash doesn't hit them, at least he's not going to be exposed to them immediately. So he's going to land right in the center of the tube, and then he's able to swing out, and you'll see that's exactly what happens. There's a wall between him and this player if they're standing in this corner right now. And this wall is going to keep him safe until he can finish this animation and then swing. And he hits the swing. Luckily, there's no player back sight, but the Sova is on the other side of this box right now, and he's able to land the kill onto him. It's just the subtlety of where you land the teleport. You don't always want to TP right in front of your opponent, right? It's better to have a wall between you so you can just peek after the animation so you don't have to risk as much, you know? Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys don't watch Red, by the way, I'm going to put a link to his channel down in the description. You guys need to go sub to this guy. His videos are awesome. Easily one of the best, if not the best Yoru player, so he's really exciting to watch. Other than that, if you guys are interested in improving in Valorant, I do have a VOD review series available on my Patreon. It's just $5, and you're free to cancel within the first month period, free of charge if you guys don't like it, so yeah, there's no risk. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.